guys! I haven't done a movie review video in a while, and you know how I know that? Because my list of movies that I've watched recently is 6 miles long. This is movies, TV shows, books, stuff like that. I hope you enjoy this. Let's get started. First one is Dumplin', which is, I'm sure you've heard of it, is a movie on Netflix with Jennifer Aniston. It's about Dolly Parton, not about Dolly Parton, but it's very inspired by Dolly Parton, which I think is really fun and upbeat, and it's a very good mother-daughter movie. It is about beauty pageants and families and drama and beauty, but inner beauty and outer beauty and acceptance and inclusivity. It made me cry in a happy way, not in like a sad way. Anyone would really like it. It's a very good movie. It has like its cheesy aspects, but it's cute. Like I think most people will like it. Next, season 2 of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I already put this in a favorites video. Loved it. The show just keeps getting better and better. I wish there were more episodes every season. I cannot wait for next season. Literally, this show needs to go on forever. There's nothing about this show that I don't like, except for that it ends so fast. Okay, I have a movie written down here, and I don't even remember watching. Oh wait, now I remember. Oh my god, wow. Okay. It's called I Give It a Year. It was on Netflix and I watched it. It has Rose Byrne in it and Anna Faris, and it's a rom-com, but it's like awkward and slow. It's like a couple gets together and kind of their marriage just is kind of like, kind of, and they both have someone else they're kind of interested in. And I mean, it's okay. Like I made it through, and it was what it was, but it wasn't something I would like try to watch again or really recommend. I don't regret watching it, but that's not like saying much. Next, No Sleep Till Christmas. Oh my god, that was a Christmas movie. I know it's like, what is it, February, March? It has Dave Annable and his wife in it. If you don't know who they are, I'm sorry. It was really cute. It was a little slow moving, but it's kind of what you expect from a freeform Christmas movie, but a little bit better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of think, okay, I know what to expect from a freeform Christmas movie, but this was like a step above that. Their chemistry is really good. I really love him. The Little Mermaid. It's on Netflix. It has real people in it. It was weird. I don't know. I got like a weird, it was weird. It was weird. It wasn't what I expected it to be. It was kind of dark. Like, I couldn't see kids watching it. It was kind of dark. You're hoping for a lot more from that title. But I'd watch Splash before I watch this again. Fuller House season 4, just as good as all of the rest. I feel like they always kind of amp it up every season. I'm really sad. I think their next season's gonna be the last one, but I didn't think it was gonna last too long. But it is really good. If you like the original Full House, I think you'll like the new one. This I couldn't even get past the half hour. It's Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle. Now I really loved, what was that movie? And I thought it was so boring. It was animated animals and real people, and it just seemed like the voices were weird. It was kind of scary. It just wasn't like fun or happy or enjoyable. Like I just couldn't even make it through. So I've been watching Ellen lately every single day pretty much, and her stand-up on Netflix, Relatable, is so good. Like I remember watching old Ellen stand-up like really years and years ago when I was a kid and liking her, and like she just works. Like she just makes everyone laugh. She's funny, and it's not like over the line funny. She doesn't like push boundaries. She's just naturally so funny, and I love her. I'm so glad she's back to stand-up. I hope she has another special coming out soon. Oh my god, this was so crazy. Oh my god. This was a documentary on HBO. I think it was HBO. It's called Bleed Out. I know it sounds gross, but it's a documentary about medical errors in the US. It's really scary. Like, I'm considering getting a surgery for my nose because I have a deviated septum, and I'm like really looking into it, but like this kind of movie is like what makes you go, ooh, I don't know. It's like a family who had a really bad time, I guess, dealing with insurance and hospitals that like were making all these major mistakes, and like you can't even believe this is real. Like you're watching this movie and you're like, how on earth could someone be this stupid? And it's just, it was talking about how it's all about the money, and like our healthcare system isn't focused on the patient but just on the money and the insurance and stuff, and it was crazy. Like, it is really interesting though. Like, I'd highly recommend it if you're into like documentaries. Next, Life Itself. I thought Life Itself was really good and interesting. So I think on Amazon. I watched it on Amazon. I don't know if it came out on Amazon. It has a lot of good people in it, and it was really well connected. A lot of those movies that have like multiple plots going on, I don't like. I find them really annoying. But this one kind of really flowed nicely. It has like, you know, like one couple and another person, and this one just worked. Like, it really just worked, and I found it so enjoyable. I'd totally watch it again. It was definitely, I don't want to say it was easy to follow. It wasn't hard to follow, but like you really gotta be awake and like not playing on your phone to kind of get it. I'd watch that again for sure. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. it's worth all the hype, I think. But Jake Johnson, who is from New Girl, does the voice in it, and like that's why I wanted to watch it. And I don't know how they made it work so well. Like, it's not the kind of movie I would normally pick. Like, I don't think I would have watched it if he wasn't in it, but it really worked. Like, it pulls a lot from comic books, and in a good way though. Like, I feel like it's so well rounded that parents, kids, everyone will like it. It's not too dark, not too funny, but not like boring. I thought it was fantastic, and I think that if you like Spider-Man, which is my favorite superhero, you'll like it. Smallfoot. It was so good. I thought this one was really cute. It was about like Bigfoot, but the opposite, like Bigfoot discovering humans. And it was just so cute and funny, and it really, I think it's really cool that whoever made this movie, Pixar or Disney, I don't know, is kind of giving kids a way to be more inclusive and understanding of people who are different than them, regardless of the rules or what society tells them. And kind of giving kids like the idea of like have your own thoughts and your own ideas and don't be afraid to speak out. I thought it was really a great movie with a great story and a great lesson. Next, a more serious movie, The Miseducation of Cameron Post with Chloe Grace Moretz. It was about 90s gay conversion therapy, which like you have to be in the mood to watch that, like in the mood to be like annoyed, because it's not like an enjoyable movie. Like, the acting is good and the plot is good and everything, but it's just like you have to be like in the mood to be angry at the world. It just, I mean, it really makes me sick, and things like this are still going on. The movie I think was really good. If you want to watch something like that, it was good. Sliding Doors. This was weird. It's from 1998 with Gwyneth Paltrow, and it's funny, but it's like super British. Like, I love British comedy, and like I love watching British YouTubers, but like this was like trying so hard to be British. Like, it was pushing too hard. It was really easy to predict like the ending and like things that were gonna happen, but it's a romantic comedy. It's kind of good, but I wouldn't watch it again. Mary Poppins Returns with Emily Blunt. She did a good job, I think, kind of recreating the character in like a more modern setting, but it's definitely not better than the original. It's just not. It's not. I wasn't like let down or disappointed by it, but I also wasn't like shocked and amazed and like jaw-dropping at it either. It definitely got a nice like female empowerment, like women kick-ass vibe to it. There's a lot of really good actors in it that I didn't know were in it. Music wasn't my favorite, I gotta say. I really didn't like the musical like songs and stuff. They weren't my favorite. They weren't as catchy as the first movie, and I cried at the end. Okay, this one was so good. This is Hearts Beat Loud. It's with Ron Swanson, or Nick Offerman, I should say. And it's my kind of movie. It's about music, and it's about my kind of music, the kind of music that I really like. It's kind of indie-ish. It's about a girl who wants to go to college, and it's just her and her dad. And her dad is more like, he wants her to join a band with him and like, you know, stay home and stuff. And he's not all about like education. I mean, he is, but it's kind of about their relationship, and it has a lot of inclusivity in it, but in like a not throwing it at you kind of way. It's more of just like, this is how the world should be, inclusive like this, and it's not like making a whole storyline about it, if that makes sense. I really liked it. I think it's super underrated. I think that if you like Nick Offerman, you're gonna love it. It was fantastic. I would watch that again. The final season of Series of Unfortunate Events was so good. I loved it. Oh my god. It's smart and witty and surprising, and the actors are just so good. Like, they didn't have any actor in the whole show who I was kind of let down by. I think if you read the books, if you're interested in it, if you like Neil Patrick Harris, you need to watch Series of Unfortunate Events. Like, if you're sick or something and home for a week, just watch it. Oh god, I don't want to talk about this. I watched the 4-episode documentary of surviving R. Kelly on Lifetime, and it is infuriating that this happened for so long, and like it's still probably happening. It was really powerful, I do have to say, because I feel like there's some documentaries like this that don't give a voice to the victim or the survivor as much as they talk about the person who did the horrible things, and I feel like they have a really good balance here, like enough of giving us the facts and enough of giving us the voices of the true people who matter. Next up is Beautiful Boy with Timothy Chalamet and Steve Carell. It was really good. A movie about addiction, about family, about loving someone with an addiction, about facing it, and about kind of letting go and like wanting to help but you can't help. And I think it was very, very emotional. It wasn't as intense as I thought it would be, but I think that's good. It kind of showed a more realistic version kind of over a few years. Maura Tierney is in it. If you don't know, I think she's from The Affair, and she was in ER, and it is based on a true story, which I think makes it even more powerful. Indiana Jones. I watched all the Indiana Jones movies because they were on Netflix. I don't know if they still are, and I really liked them. They had a very like Goonies vibe to them. Harrison Ford is super hot, like super hot. I really It kind of had like a Harry Potter vibe to me. Like I feel like Harry Potter took some Indiana Jones like inspiration. Harry Potter's glasses are Indiana Jones's hat. Like I feel like that's a vibe I got. I wasn't like super dying to see the next one. It wasn't the kind of thing where you're like, I have to watch the next one. Like kind of Harry Potter is more character driven and this is more action driven, I would say. The newest one with Shia LaBeouf I actually really liked, and I feel like you're supposed to like the oldest ones more than the newer ones, but I liked them all. Like I really did enjoy them. I mean, there was supposed to be a new one in 2021. The Ali Wong Netflix specials, she has 2 of them and she's hilarious. I would really recommend watching Ali Wong Netflix specials. She's on the show American Housewife, and I didn't know she was like a stand-up comic, but she's so funny. She does both of the shows when she's pregnant, I think, and she just really is funny. Like if you want to laugh out loud, watch those stand-up specials. Documentary on Netflix, Greatest Party That Never Happened, the Fire Festival, that was really interesting. It was definitely worth watching. I think whether you're interested in music festivals or not, it's a really interesting documentary. Like it just was filmed very well. There's some documentaries, I'm a big documentary person, and some are just like, the way they film it and talk about it is like very confusing, and I thought this one kind of led into what you wanted it to lead into very well. Ooh, another documentary on Netflix that everyone all of a sudden is into. I watched it right when I first saw it came out. Abducted in Plain Sight. Like, it is so messed up. The fact that this is a true story makes you angry. It's about a girl who was abducted by someone who knew her family very well, and it just gets more and more infuriating as you watch it, and it's like shockingly ridiculous. I mean, I really liked how they did it. It was in a chronological order, and it actually had all the members of this family speaking to the camera, which I feel like so many documentaries, like people are like, oh, I don't wanna come on and talk. So I thought it was really interesting. It really gives you like the whole story. Okay, I finished an audiobook. The only thing about audiobooks is like, I used to listen to them in the car, but now I listen to them before bed, so I fall asleep while they're playing, and then in the morning I have to like backtrack to where I last remember. Ugh, whatever. I still like an audiobook. This one is called Into the Water. Wow. First of all, I got the unabridged version, and geez, is it long. I could see it being a movie, but like, they'd have to cut out so much. It's a murder mystery of sorts. There's multiple people that have died throughout like the last couple of years, and like it's kind of slowly figuring that out, but also figuring out other things. You try to predict things and you're not really sure. It can be kind of confusing, but I do think listening to it as an audiobook is better, I think, than reading it, because there's like 12 or something different characters that are telling the story. Like sometimes a third person and sometimes it's first person, and like I think there's a different narrator with the audiobook for each person, like each different section, so it makes it easier to follow than if you were reading it in your own head. So I would recommend this as an audiobook, but it's definitely shocking. Like I'm very good at predicting things, and I was wrong when I predicted what was going to happen in the end. It took a lot, like it took a while to finish it, but it was I think it was worth it. There's more than 80 chapters. The only thing that I didn't like was like at the end you find out certain things and you're like, yay, and then it just kind of ends and you're like, I still have like 600 questions that haven't been answered, kind of like Pretty Little Liars. It answers some questions, but like you're still like, okay, wait, explain this and this and this and this and what happened to this person, and like Lifetime movie, Love You to Death. It's the movie that is based on a true story about a mother who faked her daughter's cancer to get free stuff, and it's sick and twisted, but it was really, really well done. Like the acting was fantastic. I know Hulu was doing like an 8-episode one, but it was really good. I thought it was really good and interesting, and like they kind of had one part from the mom's perspective and one part from the daughter's perspective, and I thought that was super interesting. I'd watch it. Rent Live. What? I haven't watched Rent in a hot minute. I know in 8th grade with my graduation we sang the song from Rent at the graduation, and I remember loving the movie like back then, but I haven't watched it recently. I really thought about it until I saw that it was coming on. I was really, really impressed. I think that Mimi and Roger had amazing chemistry, honestly, even better than the original cast in my opinion. What's her name? Tanashi? Am I saying that wrong? She's fantastic. I knew she could sing and I knew she could dance, but I didn't know she could act so well. The casting was fantastic. I think whoever decided the casting of that did a really, really, really good job. Okay, I watched an old movie, The Capture of the Green River Killer. It was Lifetime from 2008. It was a serial killer that was after Ted Bundy, and I don't know, I always like serial killer movies, I don't know why, but I watched the Ted Bundy tapes, which, I don't know, I wanted more from that, but this was sad and intense, but it was really good for a Lifetime movie. It felt real and not too over dramatic. I'd recommend it. The New Romantic, I watched it because Camila Mendes from Riverdale mentioned it on Instagram, and she actually has a really small role. I thought she was like a main character. She's in it for like 20 minutes, but she's really good in it. Very clever and interesting, kind of indie but not. It's like on the verge of being indie but still mainstream enough that most people would enjoy it. It's essentially a modern day Pretty Woman. It's about like sugar daddies and like that kind of lifestyle and how it's not really illegal, but it's kind of like iffy in the ethical scale, and it shows what life is really like, and it's a little bit more real. It's not like so overdone with makeup and fashion and everything. It's just kind of like normal. I thought it was really good. I'd watch it again for sure. Okay, finally I found Boy Erased. Oh my god. It was one of the saddest movies. Boy Erased is another one about conversion therapy, which is, I feel like all I kept thinking was no one should ever have to apologize for coming out, because the main character, he is so ashamed and like sorry for how he's feeling, and it made me furious. It also makes me angry at parents who can't accept their children, and it's based on a true story, which also kind of made me upset. I don't know, it was very, very touching, and I really think that it's worth a watch. The Amazon documentary Lorena by Jordan Peele, oh my god, this is one of my favorite documentaries. I loved it. It was like funny but like not funny at all, and it was enjoyable but like also very serious. And I think making it come out now during the Me Too movement and stuff is super important to kind of bring up this really huge thing that kind of, you know, oh, the man was the one who was screwed over in this situation, like she shouldn't have done that, all this stuff, but really for years he was a horrible person, you know, and like people didn't look at that and they automatically believed him and not her. I thought the second you see that guy, even younger or now, whatever, you don't trust him. I don't know. I also think that any guy who rapes or assaults women should get his dick cut off. Just my opinion. Now we'll know he'll never do it again, right? Last but not least is The Investigator, a British crime story on Netflix. It's a couple episodes, like 8 maybe. Another documentary about murder mysteries. It was interesting, but there's like no ending, in my opinion. It's not like they solved anything or figured anything out. It's just kind of the process of investigating. That was kind of weird, but it was definitely interesting. So if you'd like documentaries, that's one that's there. So that is it for my movie/TV/book review. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and look forward to my next one. Bye.